Hello everyone. Today we are going to see how to install LaTeX and other accessories, whatever we are going to use it in our workshop. So this is a session 0 of WTSDL 2019 workshop on typing scientific documents in LaTeX, which is going to be held in August 9 to 10, 2019. Without wasting time, let's get started. So what are we going to install today? We are going to install the compiler for LaTeX, that is called the MIkTeX. The other one is actually IDE for LaTeX, that is Kile. The other one is bibliography management, that is JabRef. And the other one is finally we are going to install something called Git, which is completely optional because that is something called version control management, which evidently means that when you write a document, actually you need multiple copies of it to verify your final copy and other steps and all. So how do we programmatically use that Git and then manage that with a single file? That's what it's about, roughly speaking. Maybe we not go much into it. It's completely optional. I have already pulled up the pages for you, and I will be giving the links for all the 4 whichever I have mentioned here in the descriptions. This is MIkTeX.org in its download page, MIkTeX.org download. Here there are a lot of download options. Before get started, one thing you have to get confirmed with this is what is your bit in your operating system. So if you suppose somebody don't know how to find it, you go to your My Computer. In that this PC is there. Maybe in Windows 7 or older versions will have My Computer in it. Right click on that. There is a properties. Click on properties. That should open a window which shows something like system type. So I think you will be able to see here. Here it is 64-bit operating system, x64 based processor, which means I'm going to work on 64-bit operating systems. If your system is 32-bit operating systems, follow along as it is. I'm closing this. Here, although there is an installer which is by default it is for 64. So how did I identify it? Actually, there is something called x64 here. You can download here. Maybe for 32-bit OR version also I will show. Like if you go to all downloads, there is basic installer, 64-bit version and 32-bit version. So right now my system is 64-bit version. So I'm going to download 64-bit version basic installer. If your system is 32-bit, kindly download the 32-bit OS. 32-bit basic installer. So click download. It's going to download your software and keep it ready. And the other one is Kile, the second one. The Kile, the website address is kile.sourceforge.io. Download as again. If you come down, as for the video time, in the release, it is actually release release 3.0. I'm sorry for the trouble. Here there are source code and installer for Microsoft Windows 64-bit, installer for Microsoft Windows 32-bit. Right now I'm with 64-bit machine, so I'm going to download 64-bit version. If you are with 32-bit version, then kindly download this link. So I'm going to click this link. If you are 32-bit, kindly click this link. That's it. So click on this link, and this will download Kile for your system. And the next one which you are supposed to download is JabRef. So JabRef is the bibliography management system. And if you go to that jabref.org and if you click on downloads, that should take you to the download page here. Then it is download the latest release, download the development snapshot. We are not going to use this. We are going to use the download the latest release. So click on this. And it should take you to this JabRef Force Hub page. Over here, you can select your operating system here. Over here, my operating system is actually 64-bit Windows installer. If yours is 32-bit Windows installer, select that. If yours is actually Mac, then you can actually select OS X. So I am going to select 64-bit Windows installer. So click on that. That should download the JabRef Windows exe file. The next one which you're supposed to download is Git. Again, I have opened it here. The website is git-scm.com downloads. Don't worry, I have given all this link in the descriptions. So there are three versions. One is Mac OS X, Windows, Linux, and Unix. We're going to download for Windows, so click on Windows. One advantage of Git is actually it works for both 32 and 64 if I'm not wrong. Let me check. Oh no, I'm sorry. So Git, you have 32-bit Git for Windows setup, 64-bit Git for Windows setup. So right now, as you know, I'm with 64-bit Git, so I'm clicking on 64-bit Git for Windows setup. Whatever I have clicked earlier was download automatically, identifying my system. If you are also 32-bit system, it will automatically download the 32-bit system. Anyhow, actually, you can come here and then download here, whatever you feel like. Anyway, I'm not going to wait for until all the things start getting downloaded, because I have already downloaded everything and then kept it ready for you. Let me go to my folder here, basic MIkTeX, and then Kile, and then JabRef, and then Git. Okay, so let me install this. Double click on basic MIkTeX. There is an order to install. Number one, you have to install MIkTeX. Number two, you have to install Kile. Number three, you have to install JabRef. Git you can install at any time, but this is the order. So I accept MIkTeX copying and conditions. Click next. Install MIkTeX for anyone who uses this computer. Whatever you feel like actually you can give here, doesn't matter. And next. Here, install missing packages on the fly. One thing to bear in mind is, if your system is going to be always connected to the internet, you can just click S. Okay. If it is not, then you can ask me first. But I am going to right now give it for S, because I'm going to install multiple packages through my test file. And then start. That should start your installer. Probably I will pause the video and then come back later once it gets installed. Awesome, it got installed. Once your machine got installed, it will ask you like this. Click next. Click for updates now. If you have already connected to the internet, you can just check for updates. You can just go ahead. Tell me more. I don't want that to tell me more right now, so I'm just closing it. That's it. The next one in the process is step 2, that is installing Kile. Let's install Kile now. So click on Kile, whichever you have downloaded from the internet. So I have just double clicked on it. It's asking me permission. Click yes. Then click next. And next, install. It will be really good. That MIkTeX process took me some 5 minutes to get installed. It depends on your system's configurations as well as your system's capacity. It may take, as per my experience, Windows 32-bit versions are taking a little bit longer time to get installed, close to 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Anyway, again, I'm going to pause the video for this to get installed. It should not take much time for you. Yes, installation process is over. Completing Kile setup. So just click finish. The next one is step 3, installing JabRef. You have JabRef _ Windows. If you are having 32-bit version, then you should be having X32. Now I have 64, so double clicking on it. It may ask you for somebody to download this Java runtime environment. Don't worry, just download and install it in your system. As per my experience, most of the system does not come with the latest Java runtime environment. So it may have to download close to 42 MB and then install it in the system. Again, I'm going to pause the video until it gets downloaded and come back. Welcome back. Behind the screen, it finished installing the Java runtime environment, and it also asked for confirmation. I was not able to record that. Sorry for that. So JabRef has got installed, and next. And sorry, Java runtime has got installed. Now the JabRef is going to get installed. So just click next, click next, click next. This should install in 2 minutes maximum. The Java runtime, according to my internet speed, it took me almost 6 minutes. Depends on your internet speed. Actually, it may take your time. That's it. It's asking that actually, can I map all .bib file with this JabRef? Yes, please let the box be checked. It's asking you to run JabRef. We are not going to run right now and check it. Going to be finished. That's it. The next one is, as I said, actually it is completely optional. Git. You can either install. If you're not interested, actually no, you don't have to. But I strongly recommend our workshop participants to install this, because if time permits, actually we may explain this. Click yes for the permission and click X and then click next. And there are multiple options. Let's actually go with the default only. I'm not going to change any other options. So we're going to use the Vim only for terminals. I'm just clicking on next for the default options. Not going to change anything else. And finally install, I clicked. This should not take much time because it's a very, very lightweight software. Awesome. It installed everything. View release notes. I think I don't want to do that right now. So I'm unchecking it. If you want to see the release notes, you can always go ahead and see. That's not going to harm you. The final step is step 5, installing the necessary packages for the workshop. We have generated one file called test file. I will also give the link to download this test file for you. What we are going to do is we are going to open Kile and install the necessary packages. So let me open Kile. So press your Windows button and then just type Kile in your search bar. That should show you the Kile. Not the second one, the first one. I just clicked on it. It is opening Kile. For some of the Windows 32-bit versions, the system check usually gives some error. That's okay. It runs it on its own is very easily. So the system check Kile will come in the initial window. That's okay. You can check. This just is simply checking that actually whether MIkTeX is been properly installed or not. That's it. For me, it has finished the system check in about 2 minutes. Some of the Windows 32-bit version people, for them, this tick mark wouldn't have been checked. So kindly you can check it on your own. It is not a trouble. So just click on finish. And I'm just pulling this up. That's it. This is Kile. What we are going to do is we're going to open, and my file is in the desktop, WTSDL, and then test file. I will give this link for this. So test.tex. Double click on it and open. Once you open, immediately you can see that actually there is a yellow bar in the bottom. It is blinking, which evidently means that actually it is trying to compile and check all the packages whether it is available or not. If it is not available, it is trying to install. How it is automatically trying to install is, I hope you remember that when we were installing MIkTeX, we have given install packages on the fly. Yes, no, and then ask me first. The 3 options were there. We have clicked yes. So it is installing on the fly automatically. Again, it's going to take some time. Probably if your internet connection is good, it should be finishing by 10 minutes. Anyway, I'm going to pause this video and then come back. It took me some 10 minutes to install all the packages. Still, it is giving me finished with exit code 1, which means actually there is an error. What is the error is, it says that bibtex, but in my packages, maybe in all our workshop, we will be using a backend called Biber. Don't worry, what do I mean by that right now? I'll show you. There is something called backend equal to Biber here in my code. That is what actually it is trying to install. That is why it is trying to use it, but it is not been set. So how do I set it? Just watch this. Go to settings, configure Kile, and then tools, and then build. That's it. If anyone have doubt, let me do it again. Settings, configure Kile, and then tools. Under tools, there is some option called build. So click on build. In that, the second option is called Biber. So click on Biber and then hit OK. So that would again pop up something and try to install and then compile it and then show you the preview. Let's wait for that. This should not take again much time. That's it. Once every package has been installed, you should be seeing a message saying testing done, MIkTeX with Biber. It has been just generated by us. You can fiddle with whatever you want. You can type hello world and then proceed. Just if you save, it should show you the preview. Recompiling this. Whenever this yellow button is actually blinking, it means that actually it is trying to compile and trying to show you the live preview output. That's it. It's shown the hello world here. That's it for this video. Kindly install the softwares and come install all the packages and come for the workshop, because we really don't want to waste your time, your valuable time in installing the software. We are actually very much interested in teaching the software very effectively and of course slowly, because this is a software which you are going to newly learn. Therefore, it requires a lot of time to get grip on it. Therefore, we are going to start and very slowly, and we are going to move slowly. That is why we are skipping the installation part and we have made a video out of it. Take your own time to set up the installation process and then come back. Thank you so much. Subscribe for more videos. If you'd like to have any notification, you also click on the bell notification over there. Thank you so much. See you in the workshop.